Gwen Stefani is about to walk into this studio. Exciting, right, John?
I love Gwen Stefani so much.
Bonafide superstar. What do you love about Gwen Stefani?
Well, from the beginning, when I was in college, when they first came out with, she and No Doubt came out with Tragic Kingdom, I was in school in Southern California. They were down in Anaheim. And so, I was there for their debut album. It was major for me. They were just a couple hours south. And having this girl playing Lollapalooza and fronting this band, and the story, her brother passing away, her taking the lead of the band, and then dating her bassist. They had so much emo stuff happening in their band. Oh my God, is she coming in?
She's not only coming in, she changed clothes. She is she is so Gwen Stefani, I can't even handle it.
She's so good.
Oh my God, Gwen, put these headphones on. John Hill in LA, my sidekick, was just doing a monologue about why he loves you.
Aww,
and it was really, really great. And it was going on and on. So I just saw you on the Today Show. You have changed.
I have. When you can, you do.
Yes.
So I just felt like it. What's weird about you is that I feel like we should have hung out more. And it's life is going by so fast, and now we get to hang out twice today.
I know, me too.
See, God
I'm
works in
happy I'm
mysterious ways.
finally. We have been trying to get you on Watch What Happens Live for so long.
I know. I was close one
I know.
time.
We were very close when we were in LA. Do you feel like, I was talking to you before you went on the Today Show, and I said, what time did you wake up today? And you said, because I'm always interested in how long it takes to put together a look and the makeup and everything. You said 3:45.
Was it 3:50? Okay.
3:50. Okay. And so the expectation is so high for you to slay it every time you make a public appearance. Is that pressure on you, or do you enjoy it because you always rise to the occasion?
Thank you for saying that. Actually,
and can we just play Gwen throughout this interview, please? Because
yeah, please.
I need a soundtrack.
I need like a bed of myself.
She needs a bed of herself. Yes.
I love the makeup chair and the glam. For me, that is actually more fun than anything else. So I actually, this part, like the actually working and whatever. Well, talking about myself is always good, but I just feel like it's one of those things that you don't have to pay me to do that. Like I do it at home no matter what.
It's fun.
Yeah,
it's the fun part of it.
I love it.
Gwen is returning to Vegas for her headlining residency. Gwen Stefani, Just a Girl, at the Zappos Theater at Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino. It's such a fun place to see a show from October 11th to November 2nd. And then you just announced some more dates, and they're going to be your last dates. So you guys have until basically spring of 2020 to see Gwen in Vegas.
Yes.
And then season 17 of The Voice premieres tonight at 8/7 Central on NBC.
Come on, guys.
Very exciting. I have a bunch of stuff to talk to you about pertaining to both of those. We were talking about The Voice on the Today Show with Hoda, and you were saying it's wild because here you are with your man on The Voice, Blake Shelton.
And he is a man.
And when you said, wow, it's weird because they're shooting much more backstage, and then they're using stuff on the show that you're like, oh, wow, I really have to be aware. My mic's on, my camera's on. Is that, given that you've always been so in control of your narrative, is it challenging for you or weird for you, or what is your experience of being on this massive show with your man and extra? Is it extra for you or what?
I thought it was going to be this time because I feel like we're so far into the relationship, and it'd been such a long time since I'd been on the show, and I didn't know how we would be just us, and you know what I mean, and competing. And he's so good at the show. I mean, he's just so magical. Blake is literally a unicorn. Like anywhere he goes, people are just attracted to him, and he's such an incredible talent. But I think that for us, both of us, we don't really have a lot to hide. I feel like we've just been very open, and I don't really have too many secrets. I mean, I'm pretty open, and I don't know. Some of the stuff you're like, oh, they put that on there. Right. Okay, well that's funny. That's me. I'm not being someone different.
You're balls to the wall no matter what you do. So it's very refreshing. Do you enjoy it that he is from another genre of music? Does that kind of Is there an ease about your relationship because you have so much in common, yet you are kind of in two different lanes in a weird way?
It's crazy. I mean, now it's normal because it's like we're together and it's kind of like I've learned about country and I've accepted that he's a true hillbilly and all those things. But I can't imagine before I didn't even know he existed before
Isn't
the
that
show.
funny?
Like I didn't even know that he was a human being on this planet, and I didn't know much about country. Although my parents listened to bluegrass growing up, but that's not country.
Right,
I've learned
it's
that.
not, yeah.
And I listened
bet
to
you have.
Emmylou Harris and blah blah blah, but it's not the same as what he is. Literally a country jukebox. He knows every single
Really?
song forever. He's incredible like that. But I just love that we're so from different genres.
Right.
It's weird because it's the same being in a punk band or whatever you want to call No Doubt and doing all the stuff I've done and then going and hanging out with him because he was in the 4 years we've been together working more than me kind of in the sense that I went on his tours and things like that. I was like, this is exactly my life.
Right.
You're a country guy, but you guys have the same pretty much life. I was gonna say, except for he's way more of a diva and way. I'm just joking.
How long does he take in hair and makeup?
Not long.
Not long at all.
Yeah.
Not long at all.
No. It doesn't take much when you're that cute.
Aw.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Blake Shelton song?
I do. I think. I mean, I have a lot that I love. And I still have a lot to learn because he's done so much music.
Yeah.
There's a song called Mine Would Be You. I love that. So I was like, God, that song's so good. But there's so many good ones. He's written some amazing songs. He wrote a song about me, which was really fun to be have someone write a song. Because I've written so many songs about people, but then to have one written about you is pretty exciting.
That's awesome.
But yeah, he's awesome. You want to talk more about him?
No. Well, we're talking about The Voice.
I'm just joking.
Speaking of The Voice, I read that Michael Moore says that Donald Trump.
Oh no!
Did you hear this?
About
that
me.
He found out how much you made on The Voice, and that it was more than he made on The Apprentice, and that somehow fueled him to want to run for president to show that he was more.
It's true. I'm just joking.
Right.
It's not true. My God. I mean, this is where I have to you made me actual sweat right now because. Not because of what you're saying. It's just because the fact that I've been around this long and that someone would make a rumor up like that is so crazy. I'm from Anaheim. I'm from Orange County. I am just a normal girl, going to church. So the fact that the president would even know my name or think of how much I make, obviously he makes more than me. My God, this is so funny. Hilarious.
John is frothing at the bit here.
Hi.
Yes.
Oh, well, I was also motioning at Jameson. I think we should put on the song "Cool" as well, because that could kind of be our theme song, Andy, as well. That was a really touching song to me. Well, no one really wrote songs, at least for me at that point in my life, about having a relationship and then becoming friends later and having followed you. That's a very mature song, that
Thank
feeling, not just a breakup song or an I'm in love song, but I'm in love with you, there is a breakup, and I love this person, I wish you the best. That was always a touching song to me.
Thank you.
Do you perform that in Vegas?
I do, yeah.
You do?
Yes.
And
I wrote that song with Dallas Austin, who he's super awesome.
Yeah.
And it was weird
It
because
is
when I
a
wrote
gay icon song.
Is it? I did not know that.
Yeah, it's become one. Yeah, definitely. Because I think that's a lot of people's story, breaking up and staying friends. A lot of
John and I did
people,
that.
I think, really.
John and I were together.
For real?
We're great friends, and we work together.
That's
now.
awesome.
Yeah.
And it's also a beautiful song, and the video is so good. It's like Gwen as brunette.
Right.
I got to go to Lake Como and eat cheese and wine and make a video in a mansion. It was really fun.
Do you have you seen other Vegas shows, by the way?
I did. I went to see Jennifer's show,
which was great.
When I was trying to do research,
Uh-huh.
and I was blown away. I mean, her first of all, just her beauty on
Yeah.
the outside, and then just to watch her talent and how hard she works on stage every night. I mean, she literally was doing like a run and dive to the knees, like across.
Yep.
I was like, why are you doing that? You are
Right.
going to ruin your knees. Like
Right.
you can't. And she's done like 200 shows or something
Yeah.
crazy. But I also saw Backstreet, which was really,
loved it.
you know what was cool about it was just like the people that came out
Yep.
and how nostalgic, and they were crying and they were reliving their youth and
Yep.
they were having their night, like their moment, and it just made me really inspired to think that
that you
the
were
show-
giving that experience
I
to
do.
people. Yes, you do.
Because like, although I'm getting something out of it, I definitely know that I'm giving something as well. And so this really
Yep.
crazy exchange of love that's happening in Vegas
Yeah.
for me at the show, and it's just been kind of really nostalgic, really magical, and
I
one
saw
of those
both
things
of
I
those,
don't.
too.
I
They're
just
so
like. I
good.
don't want it to end, but I know it's going to end. It's one of those things I'm going to look back on and go, I can't believe I did that.
Right.
That was Vegas.
And I gotta mention, because we were talking about it earlier this morning, since the opening of the residency in June of 2018, you've given $1 for every ticket sold to the Las Vegas Cure for the Kids Foundation. That's all. I mean, you must have raised millions at this point. I mean,
I don't know how much,
Right.
but I know that it feels really incredible to be at a point in my life where I can do something like
Right,
that.
right.
And Vegas has been so welcoming and loving, and it's such a small community to be able to pick a charity that really is affecting like the community. As far as these kids, they don't turn away any sick kids, so
Right.
they're going to get their treatment. And we actually went last month. I brought my boys, and they had like brought slime to make with all the kids and the parents, and it's just it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy to be part of something that's actually, I get to just get up there and have fun,
Yeah.
but yet it helps at the same time.
Sarah in Orange County has a question for you. What's up, Sarah?
Gwen, hi, Andy.
Hi.
Okay, something kind of fun. I saw both of you in Vegas. That's kind of exciting. But Andy, I went to your show.
Her show was better than mine.
Well, it was really pretty. But Gwen, I'm a longtime fan and seen you many different places in Orange County and all over California. But when we went to the Vegas show, we were like wondering how you felt about the difference between the crowd in a Vegas show versus a regular show, because you have people traveling and, coming to see
that's a good question.
Vegas
Yeah.
show.
It's really okay. So it's very, very different, because usually if you're like on tour, you're kind of bringing your energy to like, here, me in New York. It's a culture and you. But Vegas is like, okay, people from all over the world that actually went and bought a plane ticket,
Yep.
right? Had to take time out of their weekend,
Yep.
get a hotel room. It's an event for them, and you're not only competing with whatever they're doing, but it's like the whole energy of Vegas. There's so much going on there, so it's a really high like level that you got to get to make an incredible show, and you're competing with a lot, so there is a lot of pressure to want to make it really, really great, you know. But I think also the actual theater I'm in is quite small compared to things that I've done,
Yeah,
so it's
well, you've
really
done
it's
huge.
different. It's so intimate. Like I can actually pick people out in the audience, and mostly I think the show has become really just me hanging out with them, like actually talking to people, bringing people up on stage, being really, it's very
that's
like
great.
it's very Vegasy in the sense that I talk a lot during
do?
the show. I don't know, kind of. It depends on my mood, but
Yeah.
Everything's very free. It's all in the moment.
Yeah.
It's there. It's a show, meaning everything happens as it's going to happen, but then anything could happen at the same time. So
Madonna has banned cell phones from her current
I saw
tour,
that,
and
yeah.
I went the other night, and I have to say the experience of being at a show without a phone was amazing.
were you like fidgeting, like, where's my phone?
No,
Where's my phone?
I felt free. I was so
You
happy.
did.
Yes, I felt like I had just taken a big poop. I was so happy.
I'm sure Madonna will.
Sorry.
Don't
Yes.
quote that.
No, I mean it's good. That's a positive. Have you ever? Does it when you're standing up there and it's all phones? I mean, is that just a part of the
I'm
part
like,
of the
cool,
gig at
I'm
this
going to have
point?
some content to,
Yeah,
to like,
right,
put
exactly.
on my social media.
No,
I was
exactly.
like, get a good one.
Right, right,
no.
right. I mean, it's just part of the
think
game
you
at this
start
point.
to get used to it after
Yeah.
a while, and if they're not doing it, you're like, what am I doing wrong? They
Right.
don't want to film me.
Oh, that's
Like,
so interesting.
It's sort of like part of the whole thing, and I don't really notice it, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think I notice other things, though, like the dad that was dragged out that like fell asleep on the side, or
Right,
like
right.
weird like things. You're like, why are you here? But for the most part, I just notice. It just blows me away that everyone knows my music and that
Yeah.
they're there and they're having that night with me.
Isn't it wild how you could be putting on an incredible show, and if there's one guy in the front that's just kind of biding his time, do you focus on that guy?
Sometimes, but I usually try to find people to focus on. Like, I want to find people that are going to, like, inspire me that night and give me a reason to exist. Because when you're doing the show, it's like the show evolves over time, too. So I don't know how to describe it. It's really hard. It's like, I imagine it's like someone that's on Broadway or something. It's kind of more like that feeling, I would imagine, than being on a tour.
Yeah.
It's
you're there every night. The show's
it's
set,
in the same
but it also
place,
evolves.
so it's really cool. It's really different. But yes, of course. I mean, for example, there's certain people in the audience that just like literally give me joy, you know, because I can pick them out, and then I'll bring up on stage and find out they're like, they have some crazy story, and for whatever reason I picked up on it from just the energy.
What song gets the biggest reaction every night, would you say?
I think what happens is I'm not bragging.
Okay.
But, like, I'm just saying that every song I'm just saying there is no filler. I mean, every song has been on the radio. That's the one thing, and that's the one thing about having a hit. Like, I was in No Doubt for 9 years before we ever got on the radio, and once we did Just a Girl, I remember before it even went out, you could tell that song had something to it, even our live shows. And once you have a hit and you're connecting in a way that is undescribable, it's magic. And to be able to have a whole set list where you're like, oh, you like that? You're like, you like that one? Then you go into the next one and the next one. And it's an emotional journey. And I think that's one thing that the reason I get to do Vegas is that you have to get to a point where you have enough to offer.
You have the catalog.
So
you have the catalog.
It's fun. And also because it's the No Doubt songs plus like the solo. Then I did a couple covers, which I thought was really fun to do in Vegas as well. So.
Right. So you do the No Doubt stuff too.
Yeah. I just do the hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot.
But it's fun.
What'd you think last night? First intro music of the Emmy Awards. Catherine O'Hara and Amy Poehler came out to
I heard
Let Me
about
Blow Your
that.
Mind.
That's so cool.
That's fun.
Hi, Eve. What's up? Did you hear that? Hi, Dr. Dre.
God, that's such a good song. John, did you have something else?
Yeah, let's see. I mean, you talked about being in the glam chair. I've never seen you without red lipstick on your teeth.
Really?
What is your secret?
Oh,
I mean,
I was like, I wear.
Right, you never have it on your teeth.
I mean,
it's
how
so
does-
true.
That's a good question. I think that I've just learned, like, over the years how to manage the lips. You know what I mean? There's a certain way you have to deal.
Honestly, could you tell if you were sitting here and all of a sudden you had it on your lips?
Yes, I would
Could
know.
you tell if it was
For
there?
the most part, yeah, because I can tell what happens on stage is that when you're on stage for like 2 hours, you get lipstick on your teeth, or you get it on your microphone, and it's on your face, and like there's lots of things that happen. And the other night we were just in Singapore and we played. It was like 45,000 people. It was literally 90% humidity.
Wow.
And I was just like, I was so self-conscious that like I was gonna have like black down here, and they had the cameras, but yeah, you just have to manage it.
Do you have anyone on the side of the stage that's like lips?
No.
What has been?
Lips.
You've performed all over the world, obviously, trip. Have you had a gig that has made you the most nervous? I know you performed for the Obamas. You've performed everywhere.
I get really nervous on TV.
You do?
Yeah. Even still, like even on The Voice when I have to talk. I'm
Really?
like, oh my God, it's my turn. I have to say something.
Really?
I think TV makes me nervous, and that's why being on The Voice and watching these contestants like pull it together.
Belt
like
it,
I would
yeah.
never be able to do what they do. Like it's
Right.
full on boot camp and
Yeah.
so much pressure. But I get nervous for live, especially like for maybe like if you do. When it's not just fans and you're playing for like an event, do you know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's not really your thing. I get excited because I feel like, okay, like now I get to prove myself. I feel like how I felt back in the day when you're like, I know I got something to offer and I'm going to smack you around and I'm going to make you like me. And it's like, I like it. I like that feeling.
Who is the person that you've been most nervous performing for?
Oh my gosh. I did get nervous doing the Obama thing because it was not obviously my fans.
Yeah.
It was like this, who knows who was in the audience.
Right.
And,
right.
I don't know. I feel like once it happens and I start singing and I get into the song, it goes away.
Do you get nervous singing in front of Blake?
Not really. No, because I feel like we're just super comfortable at first, for sure.
Yeah.
Like when we first met, we had written a song together and called "Break My Heart," and I remember he came over and we were gonna like practice it for the first time. I mean, we had barely even like hung out, and I think I sweated through my entire clothes, like trying to like sing while he played the guitar, and we were just like sitting there together. I was like, what the hell am I doing right now? This is so bizarre.
Wow.
We wrote this song and we weren't even in the same room when we wrote it. Like he sent me like a verse and then I sent him back like on my phone, like the answer to it in the song.
I love that.
So yeah, that was definitely exciting. I guess more exciting than Nerves.
Yeah. Season 17 of The Voice premieres tonight at 7 Central on NBC. She returns to Vegas on October 11th. She'll be there until November 2nd.
That made me nervous.
That
It's like, oh my gosh, it's right around the corner.
Really?
I had to get on the treadmill and do some running.
I mean,
No, I'm saying because the show is a lot of energy.
Yes.
Like I got to be like fit.
Right.
I have a heart attack.
And then you guys have one more shot. Do you know, by the way, what you're doing for your 50th birthday yet? Which is coming up?
I'm gonna be getting older. I know that.
Right. Do you have a party planned?
I have a party planned. I was having a hard time figuring out what to do because I knew I'd be coming back from Europe and then going right into Vegas. So I couldn't do something like go away or anything. But I'm going to go to my mom and dad's and we're going to make the traditional Italian sauce and the gnocchi. And I'm going to eat my face off.
As you should.
Yeah. And then I think Blake is taking me away with just a small group of people to go drink wine.
I love
and
it.
Cry.
And cry. Don't cry. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Is it?
Yes, it's great.
Woohoo! I can't wait.
All right, Gwen, it is so great to see you twice in one day.
Thank you. After all this time.
Everybody go see Gwen in Las Vegas and watch her on The Voice tonight. We will be right back, folks.